Not so long ago, I got tired of watching shonen anime, so I was like, why not see something different? So I started seeing some kind of shit like Masamune Kun no Revenge. This art club has a problem. Kumi-san can't communicate. Yamada Kun no Majo. And then I was like, why not come back? So there I decided to watch Black Clover. So the base story is that Clover is a kingdom where everything works with magic. So anyone with no magic, ironically, would have absolutely nothing in this world. And guess who's the bad boy? Of course, it's the protagonist, Asta, a kid with no magic, and who else to be the Wizard King, the fucking protector of the kingdom. The funny part is that his rival, has absurd amount of magic, but they're still like challenging each other. So when they get 15, they get something called the Grimoire, which is pretty much a spell book. And there is an aspect that I want to explain before I continue. In a clover that has 3 leaves, they represent love, fate, and hope. The 4th one dwells good luck, and the 5th one is a demon shelter. Well, gets a fucking 4-leaf clover, and Asta gets absolutely nothing. Later in the episode, he gets one, and guess which one he gets? Of course. Like, it's pretty much like, it's ironic that you have literally nothing. Someone with no powers at all of course, you would go on some kind of way like devil, or just get a deal with the devil so he can get more power. And there you go, he got a pentagonal clover book. So it's just a basic story, like every single shonen anime I watch. Like, it's pretty similar to many of them. Like in One Piece, how everyone wants to be the what do you call it? The king of pirates, or is it Pirate King or something like that? How Naruto wants to be the Master Hokage or something like that. It's very simple. It's very basic to start with, and this was, let's just say, a flaw in the show is because it was so simple, so basic that it was hard for me to get attracted to any of the characters or to the story overall. It was like I'm just watching to waste time. Thankfully, it actually gets better along the way. Like, it improves over time. But I just want to talk about characters a little bit. For Asta's character, there is nothing different actually. It's just like the classic protagonist characteristics. He's dumb, nice, glutton, and never gives up. It's just the perfect gear for any show that wants to be started. So what I notice about shonen shows is that they focus on, look how he's getting stronger, look at this new weapon he got, look at this new ability he got, because he never gives up and he always trains. And that's why I didn't watch shonen animes as much. I started watching, as I said, Masamune Kun no Revenge, or let's just say, I might just take this as an example. The protagonist has a unique, sprite of itself, because in a romance show, if you don't focus on personalities, what the fuck are you going to focus on? But in shonen shows, you can't focus on other things that makes the show enjoyable, like powers and fight. But as his personality is just the most classic protagonist I've ever seen. His character gets better over time, but I wouldn't say how really, because I cannot describe it in a minute. But he's still, an okay character, let's say. Anyway, for his buffs, he has the most logical buffs in the show, because he just pushes himself to the absolute limits, then gets a new weapon or something. Because in the first episode where he gets his sword, he was getting beaten up by an enemy, and then fuck off, he got a grimoire, and he's pentagonal and gets a fucking magic lead sword out of it. Alright, he's being successful for a couple of episodes, and then, he pushes himself to the absolute limits, actually. Again, the sword is good, but it has its own drawbacks. It's short range, it's heavy, it's big, it's not as quick, And then, after he realizes that those are his limits, in I think an arc of the first dungeon that they visit, he finds another fucking sword. How wonderful! The problem is that the first one is called, I believe, Demon Killer or Demon Slayer. The second one is a Demon Dweller, and he gets another one which is Demon Destroyer after the Licht fight. But as I said, his buffs are really logical. He just pushes himself to the absolute limits. You get the most potential out of a character that has literally nothing other than, muscles and physical body power or strength or whatever you want to call it. And then he gets the other buff. He got a sword. Their sword reached its limit. He got another sword. These two swords reached their own limits. He got a demon transformation. He got the demon transformation, but then they buffed the old sword. I really like the order of giving buffs to a character like Asta, because he just, as I said, pushes himself to the absolute limit. He gets another buff, then trains again, or I don't know. So let me just get to the next character. Well, Yuno on the other hand is just a counterpart protagonist. He's a jerk. He's silent, not as annoying. Sasuke 2.0, I would call him. It's just a classic counterpart character of any show, I would say. Like some kind of Vegeta Goku relationship, Sasuke Naruto relationship, pretty much something like that. Anyway, about the character buffs versus powers overall, I would say they're just unnecessary, and it annoys me. Okay, he had like one of the strongest abilities in the entire show, and then he gets like a soul power, or what is that? Like Bell. He gets Bell. Bell buffs his power so much, and for some reason he never gets injured like at all. I don't know what the reason why, but he just gets basic injuries. The only time he was about to die, he gets fucking saved by his leader. Also, something else about the show is that I really hated about it is that, like, when you get like such effective, not effective, let's just say influencing deaths, or pretty much like Julius' death, it was just, I was about to fucking cry, and then you're like, no, he just got younger. He left. He's useless now, but he left. We cannot kill any other characters. If you actually noticed, no main character has died from the first episode to the last episode. For something, I don't know. It just, when you have an aspect like this, I'm just putting in mind that no main character is gonna die, and the only one that die are the ones that get revealed like a few episodes before, and that's it. Licht is not a main character. The first Emperor, Wizard King, is not a main character. Like every single one, none of the Black Bolts have actually been killed. You should not say that Yami got killed. He's still about to be sacrificed to the devil, so they can, open the gateway of the two worlds. But for I would say he's pretty much the counterpart character of the protagonist, and at the same time, like an extremely powerful one. Now we're getting into the good ass characters. Yami is a funny, fun character. He's badass. He's mature. He's lovable. Everything about Yami is cool and interesting. I wouldn't say that because he's a musclehead, but he's just, he's so cool. I like Yami's character. He has many cool, funny moments. That, like, everything about Yami is cool. I wouldn't say anything at all. He's just the fucking best. That's pretty much it. Also, like, for his personality, I like it a lot. Pretty much such a cool one, I would say. Such an interesting one. Also, his magic is one of the most interesting in the show. Yeah, dark magic is really interesting. I really like it and its properties. He's still an interesting character. I really like his personality a lot. Now, into my favorite character in the entire show, Leona. Still, this character is so fun. She has like such a good style, like such an interesting design. The most basic aspect of magic, fire magic, but like pushes it the absolute limits. Like, it's really cool. It's such a strong woman, I would say. I have nothing to say about her. She's just so good. She's so interesting. So like, the voice acting is so cool. There's something about her. I don't know what the fuck it is, but still, like, Mariola interests me a lot. And that's pretty much it. Now let's just get to the flip side of the entire show. Libby. He's a demon with no magic, used to live in the other world, and he got absolutely humiliated by the other humans just because he has no magic at all. He got adopted by a human named Lichita, which is also Asta's mother, which got killed by another demon named Lucifero. Like, another demon would be so simple. Lucifer is just Lucifer. It's like the leader of demons. He got so. Lichita got killed by Lucifero, and now he wants to take revenge from all of them because they took the only precious person to him. The fact that I got attracted to Libby in only 2 episodes of his real character being revealed really shows how the story writing and character writing got improved in the last episodes. So Libby is just basically like Access power. He has magic deleting, and he's a demon, so he has all that flying, like controlling things, deleting magic, all of that. So that was pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.